Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Like Maria said, my name is Lisa McGregor, and I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And it is truly an honor to be asked to speak at this LHON conference in regards to my life's journey living with LHON. My journey, like Maria said, started just over 12 years ago. I was an active 34-year-old mother and wife, had only been married 5 years at the time, had a 2.5-year-old son, a 12-year-old stepson, a full-time career working at an insurance company in which I had been for just over 13 years at the time. Life as I knew it was pretty good, until one day I started to lose my vision. With the support and determination of an amazing neuro-ophthalmologist by the name of Dr. Janine Johnston from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, who performed every medical test possible, CT scans, MRIs, bone marrow, spinal taps, plasmapheresis, you name the test, I had it. Unfortunately, every test kept coming back normal. So why at 34 years old was I losing my vision? In the province of Manitoba, where I'm from, in order to complete DNA testing, it would have taken anywhere from a year to 2 years to receive a diagnosis. My doctor knew at that time I didn't have that long to wait. She then took it upon herself to send my blood work off for DNA testing to the eye institution in the state of California, here in the United States of America, for DNA testing. Within a week and a half, I had my diagnosis. It was confirmed. I had LHON, or in other words, I was declared legally blind. My life, my family's life, changed in the blink of an eye forever. However, my role as a mother and a wife remained the same. I still had an obligation and a commitment to my family to somehow, some way, continue on. And yes, there was many days and times I wanted to give up and let LHON win. But I knew for the sake of my children and my family, I could not and would not. 2 years after being diagnosed with LHON, my world changed once more. Sorry, let me revert back. Sorry. I didn't have the assistance from our blind institution where I'm from. In a lot of ways, they let me down. I had the support of my family and my friends. I didn't have the technical aids or the mobility training, the support systems, the counseling, the in-classroom training. I had to teach myself. I taught myself how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of a home, but more importantly, how to raise a young family and how to take care of myself with very little vision. It wasn't easy, but I managed. 2 years after being diagnosed, my world changed again. My youngest son, the love of my life, started kindergarten. And I was faced with a question of what on earth was I going to do with all my free time while he was at school. It was then I decided it was time to take care of myself. I started to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I walked the dog on my own each and every day. And yes, where I'm from, even through blizzard-like conditions. I needed to prove to myself more than anything that LHON did not win or steal all of my independence away. I then became even more involved in my son's life. I started to volunteer in his kindergarten class 1 to 2 days a week, which eventually turned into 3 to 4 or more. It proved to myself that I still had a purpose and a will to continue on. Somehow, some way, I did it. Following that year of volunteering in my son's kindergarten class, I was then asked by the school vice principal if I'd be willing to take on teaching an English program to kindergarten students whose first language was not English. I did, and it was extremely successful. It proved to myself, and I believe many others, that I still had a will and a purpose to go on. Following that, I decided to become even more involved in the school. In fact, to the point where I was at the school the majority of the time. Still keeping in mind my new full-time career position as a stay-at-home mom, those jobs, tasks, and duties were completed each and every day. I became very active in the school to the point of joining the Parents Association and becoming the president of the Parents Association for 3 years running. When I started with this committee, it had a total of 6 members holding chair positions and attending monthly meetings. In my 3rd and final year as the acting president, our committee had grown to a total of 22 members holding chair positions and attending monthly meetings. On average, our committee had anywhere from 22 to 30 members that would eventually attend all of our monthly meetings. That was a huge accomplishment to myself. In fact, we were also presented an award by the province of Manitoba for the most outstanding achievement completed by a parents' association in a school year. That proved to me that was an experience and memory that I will take for life. Reflecting back over the past 12 years and to today, I've always been very active in both of my boys' lives, attending each and every sporting event, all of the parent-teacher interviews, the school Christmas concerts, band concerts, you name it, and the list will go on. And yes, perhaps there once was a day that I could see all of this a lot clearer than I can today, but the most important goal and lesson I hope I'm teaching my children and my family and friends is that no matter what disability one has, or obstacles or challenges that you're faced with, you can still go on. Sorry. There are still times, even after 12 years, of accepting and dealing and coping with this vision loss. That there are times I sit in those freezing cold hockey rinks, watching my son play hockey through my binoculars, that those tears of sorrow fall from my eyes, just knowing there once was a time that I could see my son clearly. But those tears of sorrow quickly turn into tears of happiness and joy, just knowing that I am still a part of my son's world, and that he is the most important thing that I have in my life. I would like to take this opportunity at this time to just thank a few people that have helped me become who I am today. I would like to thank my husband and my children, who could not be with me at this conference, for their love and their support, and continually pushing me and believing in me when I did not believe in myself. I would not be where I am or who I am today without that. Secondly, I would like to thank my mom, who is here at the conference with me today, and my stepdad, who is back home, for their unconditional love and support and never-ending assistance towards my family throughout this LHON journey. And I would also like to recognize my father and my stepmother for seeking out technical aids at the start of my vision loss. And last but certainly not least, I believe a person that should be strongly recognized here today is Lisa, for all that she has done for this LHON organization and community, and all that she continues to do. This past year, being involved with the LHON organization has shown me that the past 12 years, I really have not been alone, and that there are others out there, just like me, that truly do get this whole vision loss. My motto in life since I lost my vision still remains the same, and that is, do not ever take those little things in life for granted, because we never know what tomorrow will bring. I, as well as many others affected by LHON, are living proof of that statement. Stay strong and be positive, because somehow life does go on. Thank you.